Hello and welcome to another chess game. In this video we are going to cover the POGCHAMPS chess tournament. This tournament is an invitational one for popular streamers, streamers such as Voyboy, xQc or Fuslie, and instead of the usual games such as Fortnite or League of Legends, they are playing chess. So it's important to note that these players are not grandmasters of chess. Some of them are actually very beginners to the game. However, they are playing actually for quite some prize money. The total fund is $50,000, and the whole aim of the tournament is to make chess more popular. However, also this tournament creates quite some controversy in the chess world. So let's see some of the games. So I will show 4 games, which contains some very bad and some good moves as well. So the first game is between xQc and the moist critical. So white plays e4, black plays e5, knight f3, knight c6, very standard moves, d4, so white opts for the scotch, e takes d4, knight takes d4. Now black plays bishop c5, so attacks this d4 knight. White plays c3, which is not the most popular move. But yeah, it protects the knight. And now black plays queen f3, putting even more pressure on the d4 knight. And actually hints towards that this thing is queen f2. If the knight moves, that's a threat. And in this position, well, this is sort of the exercise is white to play and lose. Because white decided to play knight c6, and then black just took an f2. Yeah, so this is what happened in the game, and this is one of those games that basically makes chess players or the chess world question the whole point of this tournament if such blunders are happening and these players are this weak, whether this actually helps chess to become more popular or not. The next game is between NateHill and Fuslie, Leslie Fu. In this position, white is already up a piece and also up a pawn. However, black has some nasty threats left. So black plays knight f4, that attacks the bishop, and also hints that if the knight moves to the wrong when the bishop goes to the wrong square, the knight e2 check would win the queen as well. And actually, white is careless, and this is actually what happens in the game. So bishop e4 is played. However, one more twist is that in this position black does not see knight e2 check, but plays g4 first, attacking the knight. And in this position white blunders again and plays g3. And then black doesn't miss the opportunity once again, so plays knight e2 check, and after king f1 takes the queen. I put the rest of the game in the description. However, the game ended up in a draw. At some point black was up by 2 queens, but then he blundered them both and white was up by a queen at a later point, and the game ended up in a draw. The next game is between Arab and hutch, more precisely hutch is white, and in this position white plays a nasty move with bishop d3. So the idea is that even though you seem like blundering your pawn, black cannot really take, because after knight takes d4, white can take on d4, black takes back, and bishop b5 check is a check, and a discovered attack to the queen, winning the queen. So after like c6, there is queen takes d4. So this is actually a nice move and a nice trap. So far I just yeah, I mentioned more or less bad moves from these players, but some of them, or actually quite often, they play nice moves as well, so not just bad ones. And actually black does fall for the trap, so plays knight takes d4. And now a weird thing is going to happen. So I believe that white did see that what was the point of this trap, and then the queen will be hanging. However, he confuses the move order and starts with bishop b5 check. which is just a bad move because black could just take on b5. I mean, white forgot to eliminate the knight from d4. However, black plays c6, and in this position white takes on d4, and now black wanders the queen with queen takes d4, and white takes it back. So this is the position that we also could have reached with the other move order I mentioned. If the knight takes d4, white just takes back on d4 and then wins the queen with these moves. Yeah, so this was a weird twist. However, as I said before, white is a quite reasonable player, so he went on winning this game very easily. The last game is between NateHill and Hutch. This is also actually a nice game. So in this position it is black to move, and black is already up by a pawn, but the position is not so clear. The e5 pawn looks good. This h5 knight is at the moment out of play. However, the white king is a little bit weak, and that's what the blacks try to utilize. So black plays queen f5, which is a nice move, puts the queen closer to the king and also develops, connects the rooks, so nice move. In general, white plays queen e2, moving out of the d file, again very logical. Now comes rook e d8, a nice move once again. Knight b d2 developing, so things are going normal. However, now black sets up a trick now, plays queen g4 check, queen g4. And yeah, so the idea is that now this pawn is pinned, and knight takes f4, well, knight f4 check would win the queen. Well, white unfortunately blunders it, plays knight e4, which would be a reasonable move, but unfortunately for Nate, there is knight f4 check. And now, I mean, white just loses the queen, and he played king f1, to which Hunch, being a good player, not only took the queen, or actually didn't just take the queen, but give the queen h3 check, which leads to mate in the next move, king g1, queen g2 checkmate. So yeah, this was I think a nice game from these players. Very unfortunate blunder for Nate, but great game by Hunch. Yeah, so this concludes the games I wanted to show you for this video, and in the future I will continue showing a few more games from this POGCHAMPS chess tournament. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, and you can also subscribe not to miss my upcoming videos, and thanks for watching.